Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, July 21st, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I empower my state of love. And here we are in Leo season, and I said the 21st, but it's the 22nd. I got distracted by my furry wolf friend behind me, giving me some good backup as we enter Leo season. We begin Leo season today at 12:44 a.m. Pacific time. We have the sun moving into Leo, and usually this is one of my favorite seasons. And I spent a lot of time meditating today into what would be the most ideal focus. And one of my favorite little verses from Hafiz popped into my head, which is a little poem or verse called "The Subject Tonight is Love, and Tomorrow Night as Well." And basically it goes on to say, like, that's the best subject we can talk about until we die. So the subject is love, but it's also going to be the things that move us away from love. And I think often beyond fear, because I think fear can take us out of love, right? I think that the things connected to Leo that can pull us out of love is our wounds, specifically our wounded inner child and our ego, which both can kind of connect to that fear piece, right? So our focus over the next month with the sun in Leo will be looking towards love, seeing where we can empower our hearts, where we can empower the energy of love, but also noticing where these other energies can take us out of our love mastery, which we have at the top of our cards today. We have the master energy. So Leo energy, let's dig into its happies and its challenges. Leo is love, it's joy, it's happiness. It is the inner child, the healed inner child, but also the wounded inner child. Leo is a space of creativity. It's a space of drama and passion. It's a lovely sign, right? Again, rules the heart, can rule romance. It also connects to, like I said, the ego. And I think that's like a really interesting, I don't know, pendulum or balancing system between the heart and love and the ego. And so always keeping ourselves aware of that during a season of Leo can be helpful, because we can say, like, I am bombastically acting from love, but really, it really is that ego. So pay attention to that for this season. Leo is a fire sign, so like I said, it can be very passionate, it can be igniting. Leo loves to be dramatic, and it's often in a playful way, but sometimes, again, the wounded inner child can pop up and want to bring its drama forward. So be aware of that for this Leo season. Now, I wish this Leo season was starting off like kindly, but it's starting off a little bit intensely, which, let's get this over with, right? Anyway, with an opposition to Pluto. And so you really may feel some of those challenges, some of the shadow side of Leo energy, which another thing can be selfishness. Like, again, goes hand in hand with wounded inner child and the ego energy. And I don't mean it in a self-full way. I mean selfishness in not being able to see others. There's a balance in that, right? And Pluto in its opposition, Pluto at 0 Aquarius, wants us to be able to work together in community. So watch for that today as we have that opposition. It's not happening till almost 10:40 p.m. Pacific time, but I guarantee as the day goes on, the grumpies, the drama, the ego, all of those things may start kind of like building up. Now, this is also a time to pay attention, because we are going to have a Mars retrograde here at the first few degrees of Leo and then back into Cancer. And I think that, well, we're also going to have Mercury continue on this week into Virgo, but then jump back into Leo. So we have a few retrogrades that are working the Leo process that are hopefully going to help us tune in, look within for the shifts that we need to make. Now, this full moon we had was very shifty, right? It's like we just recently got the news of Biden stepping down, and I really hope that we can bring in another wonderful candidate with, you know, a heart for people. But meanwhile, the best thing we can all do is see where we can lean into love and where we can heal and nurture and be kind to the part of ourselves that doesn't resonate with love, you know, that gets stuck in those other holes. The moon is also in Aquarius, again, helping to balance these Leo energies. And the moon today will be pulling against Venus. Hopefully that connection is a little nicer in its essence. Where we can honor love of ourselves and find balance, love of community, service to community. I think as we bring out the love of ourselves, we are in service to community. I think it does work hand in hand. And so hopefully that Moon Venus opposition can help. But if you are feeling contentious, it might, you know, bring a little frustration. Dreams may also be really interesting because we'll have the moon in Aquarius also connecting to Jupiter in Gemini. So if you are sleeping, hopefully coming after the full moon, some full moon over, hopefully there's some snooze in there for you. But your ideas may be popping and flowing in this energy. So let's look at these cards. So like I said, top of the cards is the Master. And I think to master the energy of love is not easy, but I think it's something that we're all working towards. And so the universe is like, here, work on your mastery. This is where change happens, when we can engage our vibration with love and rebirth our most innocent, beautiful selves. But this is going to take mental work too. This is the 10 of Swords card. So there's a mental component to bringing ourselves back to love, to the consciousness around our immaturity, our wounded inner child, the wounded ego that wants to protect the wounded inner child, where we can heal. We can heal these energies, but a lot of times it's just bringing that consciousness around to it. My last two cards, Harmony card in reverse, but be here now. So, like I said, Sun at 0, Pluto at 0. It's already wonky energy with the Sun at 0. Anytime we have a planet at 0, we're in like a transformation place, and it's just like that, like an octopus. Especially if we're not able to get into the heart. I think that humans don't seem to like change very much, right? And so I think that there may be some fear spiking with what's going on in the political arena. Stay in your lane. Stay in your heart. Stay in the trust. This is where the mind component is. The universe knows what it's doing. And our work is to align with that rather than resist it. And I think so much of where we're at is because we're such good resistors. We're really good at resisting. So see where you can find your own inner harmony in this. Anyone who can't be here now, it'll move through soon. This is a day in time, a day in a lot of challenging astro. I do realize that. I do want to say for this week, as I look at it, there's some things. We do have Mercury shifting signs this week. Like I said, it's already in his shadow. And we have Chiron going retrograde. There's nothing that's like pinging, that's like, oh, this is going to be so hard, like last week. There's a few little tidbits in here, but stay in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Now you'll have that song in your head. And Tune into your inner child, nurture your inner child, whether it's the healthy golden child showing up or if it's the wounded one. See where you can nurture and see what a difference that makes in your life. Because as that makes a difference in your life, it will ripple out. We have a lot of wounded children running the government. So, oh yay, last little shot from a little wolf energy supporting us. What a nice way to finish up our first Leo scope. So, that's it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are, for you are the solution. Namaste.